Hey, everybody, welcome to the Tiny Desk Contest Top Shelf. I'm Robin Hilton. I am senior producer and host for All Songs Considered and Tiny Desks here at NPR Music. If you are new here to this series, the Tiny Desk Contest is NPR Music's annual search for the next great undiscovered artist. The winner of the contest plays their very own Tiny Desk concert here in this space and also goes on tour with us over the summer. We're going to announce the winner of this year's Tiny Desk contest in around mid-May or so. But before that, the contest judges are sharing their favorite entries that they've seen this year. We're sharing those in this Top Shelf series. We've got more than 7,000 entries this year, more than 7,000. That's a record for us. And as we've gone through them, we have seen so many that we love, way more than we could possibly share on any one episode or even in this entire series. But Top Shelf is an opportunity for us to share some of our favorites. After the final Top Shelf episode runs in May, you, our viewers, are going to get a chance to vote for your favorite entry. So keep an eye out for that. All right, today I am here with Raina Douris, host of WXPN's World Cafe, and she's one of the judges this year. Hey, Raina.
Hi, Robin. It's so nice to be here with you.
It is. I was so excited when I saw that we got to do this episode together. This is your second year as a judge. The first one was 2020, which was the first year we ever did this Top Shelf series.
Yeah. It seems like forever ago. I remember doing it from an apartment in Toronto, like so far away in the middle of pandemic lockdowns. But it's nice to be here. It's nice to be back in different circumstances.
Yeah. Did it get any easier this time around with all these entries?
No, I feel like that's like in a good way. It is not easy because there are so
Yeah.
many great entries to choose from. And I find myself agonizing, playing things over and over back and forth and, making all these, I have paper lists all over my
Yep.
office trying to narrow things down. So no, it didn't get
Yeah.
any easier, but it was still good.
Yeah. Yeah, it's so great going through them all, though, and just the incredible talent, and it's just so inspiring seeing what people share with us. And we're going to go through some of your picks here. A lot of good stuff here, but before we do that, I want to remind everyone that we do have a chat going on right now, so everyone should jump in there and say hi and let us know what they think of the entries. What do you want to start us off with?
Okay, so this I think was the first artist who jumped out to me as I was going through stuff. Her name is Emerson Woolf. She's a singer-songwriter out of New Jersey, and this song is called A Corner Store Hymn.
I met God at 7-Eleven, holding ice chips to his wrist, telling jokes about Armageddon. Gave him a ride to Kim Marie's, watched him get kicked out for swaying, so he swayed down to the beach. This year's been playing tricks on me. I said sometimes I feel like my brain's put where my heart should be. We both sat quiet for a while, watched the blackness past the sea, before he lifted up his swollen hand to point it right at me, and he said, "Mark my words, lying awake and thinking how you're gonna break it is the curse, let the devil in for an afternoon. You'll be surprised, you're gonna find he's looking for his answers too." I met God, she was rocking her baby on the 815.
Wow. We're only watching a minute or so of these, so people should definitely go and check out the entire video. But this is one where I very often will tell people, like, oh, you really got to hear the whole thing. This is one immediately
Yeah,
that she's a real talent. Yeah.
absolutely. I think it was like I played it in the first 10 seconds. Like when she started singing, I was like, oh, yeah, this one's going in. It's like her performance is great. Her vocals are beautiful. There are a lot of artists who play guitar and sing, an acoustic guitar singer-songwriter. There's many, many entries that feature that. But this one, her lyrics, I think, are what really set it apart. It can be tough to do the singer-songwriter acoustic guitar thing and feel like the lyrics are novel. They don't sound like a diary entry. It doesn't sound trite. It doesn't sound cliche. It sounds really clever and smart and interesting and genuine. And that was what grabbed me even more than the performance.
Yeah. At the beginning of the song, I love the story that she sort of unspools, and the images. She paints this picture of God as kind of this schlump kind of kicking around Earth, right? You know,
Yeah, she meets him at a 7-Eleven.
Yeah, hanging out at the 7-Eleven. I think gets kicked out of another store. They sit on the beach together and they're kind of hanging out. And basically God just can't get a break, right?
Yeah.
But then the more you listen, the more you realize, oh, she's seeing God in everything, in everyone. It's not just in this one person.
Yeah, it's really gorgeous and just drew me in right away. And I mean, and then you have the video itself where she's in this beautiful forest. Also, the first time I watched it, I loved the music so much I didn't even notice there was a desk with a desktop monitor on it behind her.
Right, in the woods.
Yeah.
Not the only entry we got that somebody filmed in the woods. And there's something so calming about it. Every time I see one that takes place in the woods, I always just feel better. But yeah, phenomenal voice, very sturdy, strong voice, but also kind of ragged and around the edges and a little quirky. And yeah, really love it. Great find. So what else do you got? Where do you want to go from there?
Okay, this one's totally different. It's from a guy in Nashville named Ollie Gabriel, and the song is called Ric Flair.
I met this girl and I was driving through Kentucky. Stopped for a bite and she was walking out of Buc-ee's. I moseyed over, asked her, do you need a buddy? She say she with it, got the digits, I was lucky. She turned around, I was locked in a stare. That kind of woman make a nature boy rise, Ric Flair. Woo. Yeah. Woo. Woo. Listen, my cousin called me, told me meet him down in Destin. He say he hit a lick and I didn't ask no questions. We hit the interstate, just me, Smith and Wesson. Got to the motel and I helped him count the blessings. There was liquor on the table, there was smoke in the air. That kind of money make a nature boy rise, Ric Flair. Woo. Woo. Listen, it's in my nature. Hey, I'm on a roll. I'm ready to roll. It's in my nature. Everybody knows I'm the star of the show. Oh, hey, woo, 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 woo. Let me talk to y'all a little bit. Listen. Know what's up, you hear that call. Best believe I got it all. People think I'm off the wall. My confidence set on 10 feet tall. Diamond rings and Taylor fits. Stand in line to give me kiss. I'm every lady's dreamy wish. They never ever seen a cowboy like this. Ask around, I ain't no joke. So take a chill and take a toke. I promise you don't want this smoke. Jump off the top rope in a new mink coat. Hey, I'm peaceful but I make a killing. Foreign cars ain't got no ceiling. I'm willing, dealing, champagne spilling. I like to woo when I get that feeling. Feast your eyes, I'm oh so rare. To be this good, it can't be fair. So give me the mic and I'm gon' shine. Showtime, it's in my nature.
I want to go to an Ollie Gabriel show right now.
That is exactly what I was thinking watching this. So many entries that we get, I think, wow, that's a great song. It feels like it grew out of a studio, and it would be great to just listen to it. And then you get someone like Ollie Gabriel, clearly meant to be seen live. This, absolutely. You can tell he's the kind of performer that just has the whole audience in the palm of his hand, right?
Oh my God, yes. The charisma is amazing. He jumps out of the screen. And it's interesting you said the thing about songs being born in the studio, because apparently this song took 25 minutes to write. It just came right out. And you can feel that, but in a good way. It feels like it is full of energy. I just love it. I could watch him all day long.
Yeah, absolutely captivating. He says the song was born out of pure adrenaline, and you can feel it. And those backup singers, too. The hand clap rhythms couldn't be more perfect. It all comes together. I want to go to that show.
Yeah, as soon as it started, I just started smiling, and I haven't stopped.
Yeah, it's same for me. The longer I watched it, the bigger my my smile got. I remember thinking at one point, like, it's going to tear my face open. I can't smile any more than this. It was just felt so good watching that performance.
Yeah.
So good. You've got another Nashville artist that you want to share.
I do. This is an artist named Leah Marlene, and the song is called Flashes.
This house can't keep the water out. Treading won't part the clouds. There's no two ways around it. What a mystery. I look 1,000 times, but I might never see. Passing over everything in front of me. The air I breathe feels so out of reach. What a mystery. Do dancing up a blade of grass, evaporating to the past. Never get the moment back.
So I'm a sucker for a big build in a song.
Yeah.
I love that. It starts out so quiet and then it builds up. Her voice, when she really lets it go, it is so unique and so interesting. And I just thought the arrangement was cool. Like, it felt unpredictable, that song. Like, I had no idea where it was going.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. That is exactly what I was thinking about. Her voice and the song in general, a real grower for me. It wasn't until they hit that first chorus and that vibrato comes into her voice,
Yeah.
That's when it all came together. And then, there ends up being this really interesting interplay with the instruments. It kind of creates some interesting contrasts with what she's doing melodically. I was really surprised, though, to read that this song, she says, grew out of a feeling of kind of being burned out, and she said numb and feeling really existential, because even though, the song has some drive to it, there's something that's kind of blissed out, kind of hanging out in the middle of this song in a way for me. I'm not feeling the exhaustion or the sadness that you might expect.
But I do think the title Flashes, especially when they kind of like, it'll build and then it'll go back down again, and it'll build and it'll go back down again. And it kind of comes through maybe that way. And I love that little guitar line that sort of keeps up the tension throughout it. They give us a spreadsheet where we can write notes for each of these artists. And my note for that one was, this is the real deal. So
definitely. Leah Marlene is the artist. The song Flashes, their first time entering the contest. I think we're going to go somewhere else entirely different again.
Yes, we are. This one is from a band called PH0, and the song is called Yay.
Wow. So cool.
So that instrument is called an arhu. And I didn't know this, but it has the timbre of that instrument is really, really close to the human voice. I didn't know that before I was told it. And then you hear it and you're like, oh, it kind of is.
I have in my notes here, so I think it's also called a Chinese violin. I wrote, really makes that violin sing, because that's what it sounds like. It's
Yeah.
like this voice that's just soaring.
Yeah, and it kind of takes the role of the vocals in that song, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And when I was reading about them, they're inspired by a genre called silk punk, which is a Chinese genre that sort of blends sci-fi and fantasy. And so when you have the erhu, this traditional instrument, and then you've got like another member playing a synth, and they kind of collide, and it's just cool. Like I don't even know how else to describe it.
Well,
Yeah.
I love it when all these curious, creative people manage to find each other somehow and come together and make incredible art in the most unconventional ways. And I think that's sort of the gift that we get with an entry like this, because it's not just the Chinese violin that they're playing. It's the whole world of electronics that are spilling out of this little box with the little key, and turning knobs. And it has such a deep, heavy sound at points in the song.
Yeah.
But wow, really, really cool.
Yeah, really awesome. Also, my husband's been playing a lot of Final Fantasy lately, and I don't know if you know the soundtrack for Final Fantasy, but it
I
like
don't.
immediately reminded me of that kind of vibe. So I don't know.
Yeah.
I loved it. I thought it was so neat.
Very cool. All right, just a quick reminder for those who are just now tuning in that you are watching the Tiny Desk Contest Top Shelf. I am Robin Hilton. I am here with contest judge and host of WXPN's World Cafe, Raina Douris, and we're sharing some of our favorite entries that we got this year, all before revealing this year's winner, which will happen in mid-May or so. Raina, you have got another Nashville artist. I hear they got a pretty good music scene there.
Apparently, they're just churning them out down there. I actually didn't even realize they were all from Nashville when I chose them. This band is called Pump Action. The song is "Leave My Girl Alone."
Like a stone under my mattress. Oh, I feel it in my bones. Leave a message at the tone and just leave my girl. Leave her alone. Well, you planned it, I'm standing right where you wanted to be. I said you look pathetic, wax poetic, oh, you're so much better than me. If you talk that talk, it's not my fault that you won't be walking on your own. Let's skip the hurting, heed my sermon, maybe you should leave it. Well, you planned it, I'm standing right where you wanted to be. I said you look pathetic, wax poetic, oh, you're so much better than me. If you talk that talk, it's not my fault that you won't be walking on your own. Let's skip the hurting, heed my sermon. Man, at her home, on the phone, just leave my girl alone.
Come on.
Great groove.
Oh my God. Wow.
But the real star of the show in that song is the lead singer, Spencer Ford's voice. The range he has. It's like that falsetto, and then he goes all the way down. It's just, I was stunned when I first played this video because I really wasn't expecting that to happen.
Yeah. No, I was the same. I hit play, and I thought, I kind of took one look at them. They're wearing their black tees. They've got the guitars. Their name is Pump Action. I thought this is gonna rock so hard. This is a metal band or something. And then out comes this voice, and it just stopped me dead in my tracks.
Yeah, and so expressive. His faces are fantastic, by the way. If you go back and watch that, he makes the best singing faces while he's performing. But yeah, I think when I first watched that and he started singing, I think I said out loud, just whoa, because by myself watching it, it's just unreal. It was really cool.
Yeah. And this is one, again, we're just watching short little excerpts right here. But if people start watching from the beginning, watch all the way to the end, it keeps he keeps impressing you along the way, right?
Yes.
You never stop saying wow along the way.
It was really hard to choose just one part of that song to play.
Yeah. And we keep mentioning Nashville. What a range of music coming out of Nashville, too. It's not like we're just getting all country artists here. Really great. But let's go all the way to Oceanside, California for the next one.
His name's Chris Wallace. This is Between.
Raina, let me ask you, when you hit play on this, did you think, oh, this is going to be an instrumental guitarist, right?
No. Okay.
No, you didn't? Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
So
because I did.
Did you?
Well, I did, and I thought, and it would have been great just as an instrumental guitarist, but, and then that voice pops out.
Well, I'll tell you, when I press play on it, this I think goes to show that, like, it doesn't need to be flashy, and that also your expectations when you press play may be totally blown out of the water. It looks like it's a guy sitting in a dorm room. I went to college. I know what happens when a guy in a dorm room pulls out a guitar and how that usually goes. And he like starts playing and is incredible. And then he starts singing and it's like completely not what I expected at all.
Yeah. 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 Well, it's so funny if you want to keep playing on that idea of being in a dorm room. It's also that moment when you're like, oh, well, wait a minute, this person's actually really, really good.
Yeah. It's like, if it was the biopic of this guy, this would be the part where everyone just stops and looks at him,
Right.
But yeah, incredible playing and beautiful singing.
Well, to me, because he doesn't start singing right away. He's playing the guitar, and his finger picking style that he's doing, it's so off the hook and such a full meal on its own. I thought, okay, this is great. What an incredible guitarist. And then to sing on top of it. Yeah. It's also really hard to kind of place this song in any one box, which I thought was also really interesting. Like there's hints of bluegrass and country and pop and
Yeah. I was trying. I still can't figure out what the vocals remind me of because there is something that like it's ringing a bell that I cannot place. But yeah, it's hard to define. Very impressive.
So Chris Wallace, his first time entering the contest, the song was called Between. And this next pick that you have, this is one that really stood out to me. So I'm so glad that you picked it.
Okay, they're from Brooklyn. They're called Interceptor with Caspian's Inquisition.
There's no fear.
So for the first part of that video, if you watch the whole thing, the singer is not playing guitar, and then they just pull it out of nowhere and they start
Yep.
playing. So that, I mean, I love when people play more than one instrument basically at a time. I'm always impressed by that. But I found that song really powerful, and just the whole thing. It just, I don't even really know how to describe it. It's just the atmosphere that they create in that song is extremely compelling.
Yeah, it's very gothic, but
Mhm.
also there are moments in it where, and maybe it's just the electronics, where it almost feels like a late night club track or something like that. But I got this note from Otis Hart on the NPR music team, and he said, "Don't you play The Last of Us, the video game The Last of Us?" And I said, I did. I played the part 1 and part 2. In fact, I'm not a gamer, but I bought a console just to play The Last of Us, and that's the only thing I've ever done with it. It's just been collecting dust ever since. But he said, check this out, and he sent me a link to this video, and the singer for Interceptor is Cassina Cardona, who was the face model for a very key character in the second game of The Last of Us, and I recognized them when I
That's
saw
so
them in this video. Yeah, and it turns out, of course, they're also an incredible singer. And as dark as and kind of broody as this song is, I've checked out some of the other videos from Cassina Cardona's personal YouTube channel. They're very funny. So it's like triple threat: can act, do comedy, can sing. Incredible.
That is a fun fact, being a face model for a video game. And also, apparently, that song, they say, wrote itself backwards, which
Oh, how so?
is really interesting. They didn't really elaborate on that, but I think maybe it was, from what they said, they did the music first, and then that informed the vibe of what it was going to be about. So they didn't have the subject of the song until after. And they said that it kind of came out of a dissatisfaction with the gender binary. So it was kind of about like kind of breaking, rules in a way. And then they wrote it in a way that kind of breaks songwriting rules. So just such an interesting song and performance.
Well, this is their first time entering the contest, and would not be surprised if we start hearing a lot more from Interceptor. I'm so glad you picked that one. Okay, I think you've got one more you want to do.
Yes, from Baltimore. This one is by an artist named Y'all. It's called Inflow.
Every day is new, if I will allow it, if I don't let it go. Yesterday could cloud it, slowly drift away from that muddy place. Oh, yeah. If the choice is mine, leaning to divine, I wanna go. Yeah, there has to be more. My heart feels it, so I wanna know. Oh, so much to learn. Everything's a teacher. Moving from the note and following no leader. Washing clear the eye as I look inside.
I've realized from going through these videos with you that I really love when like one person does a whole lot with very little, and I just get so impressed by it. But Y'all, just her with the I guess a beat controller, it's so minimalist, but it's so like hypnotic.
Very, very rich, full
Yeah.
sound. Yeah, I had the same thing. We see so many big sprawling groups in some of these entries, and they're awesome too. And there's just so much to look at and so much happening and so many different sounds. And then you get something like this. It's sort of like the quieter you get, the more you listen, the more you tune in, right? Not a lot of bells and whistles going on here, but their voice is just incredible. It's almost from a different time.
It does sound like that. That was what I thought too. And to be able to just command the room, or in this case, I suppose a video, just by yourself like that, and to have that much space and to still keep people's attention. I'm amazed by it.
Yeah. Another great find, and right here by DC in Baltimore. I All, the song was called In Flow. Can I do a couple before we go, though?
Yes, please.
Well, I want to do another band from Brooklyn. This is a band called Slump Wick Gromo. Slump Wick Gromo. This is their first time entering the contest, and the song that they sent in is called Christ Pose / 90 Knot Water Whip. I just realized that I'm going to make references that are not going to make any sense based on that one clip, because that is by far the most chaotic part of the song. But it starts a lot quieter. It's even kind of spare in the beginning. And one of the references that I would make is Alt J. It kept reminding me of some stuff that Alt J has done. But then it just gets crazier and crazier and chaotic like that. And they just totally kill it.
I am so glad that you chose this, because I almost chose it too. I would say there's nothing else in all of the entries that we went through that sounded anything like this or looked anything like it. I really, really want to be in a dark, dark club watching them play live. Like, I want to be a little scared. I want to be...
I'm so glad you said a little scared, because there was something about them and this performance when I was watching, I thought, I'm a little terrified. And I don't know if it was just because I didn't know what was going to happen next or what, but
yeah. Well, I mean, that means they're doing it right. If they make you actually feel like they could get you, that's good.
Well, it's funny. They said in their entry that they thought, well, maybe this song and performance is going to be too intense for the contest. And I thought, not a chance. People ask, what do I got to do when I play at the Tiny Desk? How are we going to strip this down? And I always say, don't think of it as stripping everything down. I want you to plug in and get as loud as you can, as long as you can sing over everything, because we don't amplify voices or use, monitors or anything like that. But to me, the goal is not to strip things down. It's do something surprising, do something in this space that you don't normally get to do anywhere else. And so I'm glad that they sent this in, even though they were concerned that it might be too intense, because it wasn't. It's so cool. Yeah. All right. I want to thank everyone for tuning in to this Tiny Desk Contest Top Shelf episode. Again, let us know what you think of the entries in the chat room that we've have running there on the page. The Tiny Desk Contest Top Shelf continues next week with NPR's Felix Contreras. He's producer and host for Tiny Desks and Alt Latino. He'll be joined by Alinda Cigar of Hooray for the Riff Raff. And if you want a reminder for when that goes live, just subscribe to the NPR Music YouTube channel. Click that little bell icon and you'll get a reminder for when that goes up. But until then, we've got one more that we want to share. And Raina, this is a perennial favorite. This is a band that has entered the contest 5 times. This is their 5th entry, and this is the 3rd time that they've been featured on Top Shelf.
Wow.
This is a band from New Jersey called DAP the Contract and Kingsmen. The song that they submitted this year is called Faji. And I think when you watch this, it'll be very easy to see why we have loved them so much over the years. But I will say one thing that you might not know watching this video, and that is that in addition to being an incredibly talented artist, DAP the Contract has an incredible personal story. He was an intellectual property attorney working at a corporate law firm when he started writing this song, Faji. And it was around that same time that he decided to quit the firm and pursue music full time. I'm so glad he did. And that they've submitted this entry again this year. Again, the song is called Faji. We're going to go out on this, but Raina Douris, it's always a pleasure to see you. Thanks so much for doing this.
I had a great time. Thanks for having me.
Everybody at the back of the room, get your ass by the seat and then get ready to move. Tell the DJ, turn this all the way to the roof. Tell him we gon' throw it back just like 72. Okay, now all my ladies in the bathroom, talking to your best friend that you just met in the bathroom. Now all my ladies on the dance floor, see you with your hands on your knees, at your knees, touch it. And do my ladies want this motherfucker? And do the fellas want this motherfucker? Make it rain like it's made where the ladies shake it down, but can't nobody do it like this. They can never ever. Okay, let's take it to the back of the room. You know I was so ready like 30 minutes ago. Better yet, I can take you on a ride. You can meet me outside. You know we ain't gotta hide. So she got me like, darling. Right into the ocean, baby. Everything in motion. I just wanna ride with my babe. Baby, take it away. Got nothing to say. She gotta let it go. So she got me like, yes. So she got me like, hold up. Said she never heard it quite like this. It's a brand new twist. Loud in the speakers in my brand new whip. You could dance like that, you could dance like this. All my fellas know that's that shit. I arrive with my chick in a brand new fit. The party's legit, so you know we can't quit. Every move gets a flick from the camera and sick. That she got me like, darling. Ooh, darling, tell your love this is something that I can't escape. Darling. Baby, take it away. If you feel the same, then baby, you should call my name. Do my ladies run this motherfucker? And do the fellas run this motherfucker? Doesn't matter, ain't the fact that that's the question that I answer. Cause deep into your world, I wanna fall. I must confess, my heart is on leash. She got me dumbstruck. Now we stuck like pairs of nunchucks. I fear we can't stop my favorite song, trust.